one of the richest families in America. I'm talking mansions, yachts, railroads. And if I'm mentioning railroads, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Let's get into the family that lost it all, the Vanderbilts. Starting with Cornelius Commodore Vanderbilt, born in 1794. By sheer grit and ruthless business, he built a fortune on steamships, railroads, and waterways. When he passed away in 1877, he owned what today would be worth tens of billions of dollars, which is the start of having long money and generational wealth back in the day. His heirs didn't just inherit the money, but the expectation. Lavish mansions, social dominance, and a legacy unmatched. They built the breakers in Newport and threw lavish parties just to keep up with the Joneses. But having wealth like that needs constant tending to. You can't just spend all willy-nilly, honey. And guess what? As generations flipped, so did their financial grip. The spending grew extravagant. Homes, art collections, mansions, too many, too big. Meanwhile, the core industries that built the fortune came with some new threats. It was the rise of cars, trucks, airplanes, and shifting transportation infrastructure. Intergenerational divides fueled the decline. Those divides would be poor financial choices, divorces, heirs with little skill for business management, all of that. By the mid 20th century, many of the descendants were no longer millionaires. Look at the iconic Vanderbilt mansions. Cornelius Vanderbilt II house in Manhattan, the Breakers in New Point, the Fifth Avenue places. Many of them were demolished and others were turned into museums. But maintaining them demanded resources and upkeep that many of the descendants just said, to hell with it, I'm not doing it. Some family members like Reggie Vanderbilt, who was known for his gambling, high society lifestyle, and keeping up with appearances, blew through his fortune just to stay up with appearances. Now, the Vanderbilt curse is often spoken of. Many heirs found themselves with bits and pieces of the legacy. The mantle of wealth, it seems, is heavier than it looks. Though their fortune is no longer what it was, the name still holds some weight. Vanderbilt University still stands, and some estates are still preserved. Descendants like Gloria Vanderbilt and Anderson Cooper turned their names into platforms using fashion, art, and journalism. Even recently, actor Timothy Olyphant confirmed that he's a distant relative of Vanderbilt and out here claiming that he owed some money. Although it's a joke, many already know the Vanderbilts is a broke ass name. And while it has no money behind the name, it's still a little bit more than that, with culture, arts, architecture, and plenty of stories. The Vanderbilts built America's Gilded Age. They even socialized with royalty. They owned so much power that few decided to even challenge them. They were just like, nah, y'all got it. But wealth without continuity, without restraint, without wise stewardship just doesn't fade. It fractures.